Good evening. It's my pleasure to welcome everyone to the annual School of Business Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Thank you for joining us via YouTube for this event, which is now in its 19th year. For those I haven't met, my name is KRISTIN, and I have the pleasure of serving as president of SUNY New Paltz. We regret that the COVID-19 pandemic prevents us from gathering in person to celebrate our honorees and their achievements, but we thank you for joining us virtually. We also know that some of you and your families have been impacted by COVID-19, and we wish everyone well during this challenging time. Despite this atypical year, we're delighted that college leadership, faculty, staff, alumni, and our friends and supporters from the business community are steadfast in our commitment to the School of Business and SUNY New Paltz. And tonight we're here to honor 4 new Hall of Fame members. They will join previous inductees dating back to 2002. The Hall of Fame recognizes, rewards, and encourages the achievements of those who have made major contributions to the business community and have had a positive impact on our School of Business. These inductees do so much for the Hudson Valley and for our students and alumni who are such a source of pride for us. Our inductees this evening have done just that. Whether they're just graduating from college or are further along in their careers, they all have achieved excellence through hard work and perseverance and built better communities for SUNY New Paltz and the region. I salute each of our honorees, TRACY Badgley, Ward Todd, alumnus Fitzarnaz Drummond, and class of 2020 student Lonniece McDonald for your accomplishments that are the basis for this recognition. We also recognize the investments of time, energy, dedication, and collaboration that are the foundations for your success. Congratulations to each of you. This event is very much a community celebration, and I also want to thank the many members of the Hudson Valley business community who support our programs and students. We're very proud of the quality and caliber of our programs in the School of Business, and I will share a few updates that may be of interest. About 2 years ago, we launched a new bachelor's program in business analytics that has been very well received. In recent years, we also created 2 new tracks within our management major that focus on entrepreneurship and on sustainability. At the graduate level, we launched an accelerated MBA program that builds upon our existing successful program with a more expedited structure for working professionals. We continue to stay carefully attuned to the needs of the business community and marketplace, both of which matter greatly in today's environment. The advice and partnership of the Hudson Valley business community play a key role in the development of programs like these. The School of Business, along with other organizations and sponsors, has established a new Hudson Valley Venture Hub. The hub connects entrepreneurs with prospective investors and with potential employees. The Kenneth Pasternak Trading Room, a key space for our students, particularly in finance, now features 4 Bloomberg terminals. Our students' use of this state-of-the-art financial tool increases their competitiveness in the job market. 2 years ago, the School of Business received reaccreditation by AACSB International. That's the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. This recognition is earned by less than 5% of the world's business schools. Finally, we continue to appreciate the great work of Dr. Chris BACKHAUS as Dean of the School of Business. She's done an outstanding job leading the business school and its faculty and students, serving its many stakeholders, and engaging with the regional business community. Great students, great faculty, and great achievements like these reflect the sort of excellence that we strive for and are so proud of. In closing, I want everyone to know that we regard your support for our business programs and students as essential to achieving the quality that we value so much. In turn, we want to continue directing the energy and talent of our students and faculty to support the Hudson Valley economically, socially, and culturally, including as we rebuild a post-pandemic new economy in the region and in New York State. And a final thank you to our honorees for your excellent work and your achievements. Take care, everyone, and be well. Thank you.
Welcome to the 2020 School of Business Hall of Fame induction ceremony. As with all things 2020, this year's event is a little different, but the important aspects are the same. We want to recognize 4 individuals who have made important and lasting contributions to the School of Business in our community. One of our student organizations has adopted the motto, "Lifting as we climb," and that motto applies to all 4 of our inductees this year. As you'll hear during their introduction, each person has found ways to reach out and support their community, whether that is the business community or the academic community here at New Paltz. All 4 individuals share characteristics that we value in the School of Business: strength of character, strong ethics, and a commitment to excellence. Each of our 4 inductees serves as a role model for our students, exemplifying the values that we seek to foster in our school. We would not be able to honor these individuals if it were not for our sponsors and supporters. I'd like to thank the following sponsors for supporting us and sticking with us through this difficult year. Our gold sponsor, PKF O'Connor Davies. Thank you for your support for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and for enabling our NABA, National Association of Black Accountants students, to participate in critical career development programming. We'd like to thank our silver sponsors, Rondout Savings Bank, Small World Wealth Management, Turk Hospitality Group, and Ulster Savings Bank. Our bronze sponsors this year, we would like to thank Begral Motor Company, Central Hudson Gas and Electric Corporation, and Ulster County Community College Foundation. In addition, we would like to thank M&T Bank and Sawyer Motors for their continuing support of School of Business and our programs. And now we move on to our induction ceremony and the introduction of our 2020 Hall of Fame inductees.
Hello, my name is Rendesia Scott, and I'm here to introduce you to this year's Student Leader of the Year recipient. I take great pride in being able to introduce one of the most amazing students I've met in my professional career. And throughout my time knowing her, she has exemplified excellence. Today, I would like to introduce to you Miss Lonniece McDonald, one awesome young lady. From the time she walked through the door to New Paltz, she made it clear what type of college student she was going to be, an impressive one. Throughout her time here, she has proven herself to be nothing short of an academically strong, responsible, mature, and ethical student. To start, Lonniece has excelled academically since her very first year here at New Paltz. Today's award is simply a culmination of her college achievements. Some of her honors include being listed on the Dean's List from the years of 2016 to graduation, being a member of the Honors Program from the year of 2017 to present, being a member of the Beta Gamma Sigma International Honor Society from the year of 2017 to present, and finally, being a recipient of the School of Business Hall of Fame Scholarship Fund for the academic year of 2017 to 18, and the Business Association for Students of Color Scholarship for the year of 2018 and 19. On another level, Lonniece began New Paltz as a member of the Scholarship Mentorship Program, where she became my mentee. In that, she became an active member of the Business Association for Students of Color since its inception, eventually moving up from an active member as a first-year student to the president in her senior year. Lonniece's integrity and high revere from her peers speaks volumes. Let me share with you a quick story. Lonniece's junior year, she decided to run for the Student Association Vice President of Finance position. This would be active in her senior year. This is a position which dealt with the finance for every student club on campus with a budget of over $1 million. The only problem was, while the campaigning would be going on, Lonniece would be in Spain for her study abroad experience. Being in an election year, I'm sure you can all relate to being able to hear from candidates and see them in action. Well, Lonniece stands out to her peers as a high achiever. She won, and did it while she was abroad. Of the 2 male candidates running against her, and both being business students, one male candidate was not surprised, but the other, he couldn't believe it. I still remember him leaving my office shaking his head saying, "But she wasn't even here." And all I could do was chuckle as I reminded him, "I told you, she's a rock star." While at New Paltz, Lonniece also held 2 campus jobs simultaneously. She was a special project assistant for the Office of Computer Services conducting research, and she also worked in my office as an office assistant. I can tell you personally that Lonniece was one of my reliables, and I'm truly gonna miss her. So without further ado, I present to you the 2020 Hall of Fame Student Leader of the Year, Miss Lonniece McDonald, an honor well received. Congratulations, Lonniece.
Thank you, RENDESIA, for that beautiful introduction. Good evening, everyone. I know how hard it was coordinating this event, so I'm super glad to be here tonight. First, I'd like to thank Lori and the School of Business for naming me Student Leader of the Year. It's been a pleasure learning, growing, and transforming within the halls of the School of Business. I'd also like to thank my family, my mom and my grandmother, my peers, Dean Bacchus, and professors like Sheridan, Furman, and Wynn. These professors challenged me out of my comfort zone. Like, have you ever had to calculate the AMT or strategically analyze an exercise company? These professors put me to work, but I'm forever grateful for having them in my life. Also, I'd like to thank my mentors and advisors, RENDESIA and Aaron, for just spotting the potential in me and molding me into the person that I am today. I give credit to Aaron because he's the reason as to why I landed in New Paltz. After attending his info session about the 4+1 program, I knew that New Paltz was the place for me to be. Also, I remember as a freshman scheduling one of my first appointments with RENDESIA to go over my schedule. I don't remember our conversation explicitly, but I remember feeling like I was in good hands, feeling like I was on the path for success. And semester after semester, we would have these appointments until eventually I became a senior applying for grad school. Like, whoa, how did that happen? But my point is, during one of these appointments, I remember thinking, it's not enough to just be a woman who's young, gifted, and talented and Black. I wanted to be someone who motivated, influenced, and educated my community. More importantly, I wanted to be what RENDESIA was for me, my backbone throughout my personal, academic, and professional journey. So when I became president of BAS, the Business Association for Students of Color, I was nervous. I didn't want to let my peers down. I was freaking out. I ran to RENDESIA office so fast, like, hey, how do I get people to listen to me? Even though I'm telling them the right things, how do I get people to just follow me and make sure that they're on a path to success? And she just laughed hysterically. She was like, don't worry, like, you got this. And of course I didn't believe her, but she was right. Shortly after, I moved mountains. As a business student, I had the opportunity of being a part of numerous organizations and holding leadership positions. But those roles weren't just enough for me. I was constantly giving back and showing up for my community as a student ambassador. I was ensuring that students' voices were being heard as I was a member of the Dean's Student Advisory Board. And also, I was making sure that they were getting the correct information as I sat on roundtables with valuable panelists. These experiences has taught me the importance of communication, leadership, academics, ambition, and etc. And for that, I'm forever grateful. So thank you, New Paltz.
I'm proud to introduce the winner of the Alumnus of the Year, Fitzarnaz Drummond. Fitz is a 2006 graduate of New Paltz with a double major in finance and management. Fitz was a student leader, an honor student, and valedictorian of his class. Since graduating, Fitz has had a distinguished career that attests to his drive and intelligence. When he comes back to New Paltz to speak to students, Fitz shares the story of his early success, moving from his initial post-graduation job at Mediacom in Middletown to being accepted into a prestigious career path program at Goldman Sachs. Fitz spent 4 years at Goldman before moving into a position at Deutsche Bank in London. After 6 years there, Fitz returned to Goldman, where he served as an executive director. Fitz is now heading to Australia for a new position with Westpac Bank. Throughout the past 14 years of career success, Fitz has been a loyal and engaged New Paltz alum. He serves as treasurer of the New Paltz Foundation, assisting the college to reach its development goals. He's returned many times to speak with current students, share his stories, encourage students to think big and reach farther than they think they can. His warmth and sincerity rings through as he interacts with students, and the stories of his success serve as an inspiration to them. Way back in the 2000s, I had the pleasure of being Fitz's professor. We established a strong connection then and have stayed in touch ever since. Fitz was and continues to be a person who is quick to smile and laugh and always willing to help others. His genuine warmth and interest in others, together with his strong identification with New Paltz, made him an obvious choice for the School of Business Hall of Fame Alumnus of the Year. I congratulate Fitz and thank him for his years of support to the New Paltz School of Business. Thank you.
Hello everyone. This is such an immense honor. I can remember seeing photos of Hall of Fame inductees in the School of Business and hoping that I would live up to their standards and possibly be worthy of the recognition one day. In my mind, it would be a testament to having fulfilled my goal of remaining connected to New Paltz after graduation and playing my small part in giving back to a school that gave so much to me. I've always felt right at home at SUNY New Paltz. I never once felt out of place or short of opportunities. If anything, sometimes there were too many opportunities, which led to pulling all-nighters to complete coursework or to study for exams. I am proud of the progress the college is making, including its continued rise in national rankings, new program offerings in business analytics, in science, and in technology, new student organizations such as BASC and NABA, expansion of the campus in the form of new residence halls and academic buildings, and the strong focus on diversity and making progress in addressing issues of racial inequity. The fact that we're having a virtual ceremony demonstrates that we are living through unprecedented times, where an entire generation of students will need their institutions to stand up and find solutions that limit the level of disruption to their education. It is inspiring to hear about the efforts at New Paltz in this regard, and that the faculty and the staff deserve special recognition for their dedication. I am proud to be a New Paltz alum, proud of the strides the college continues to make, and truly appreciate this honor. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is David Gagnon, CPA, and Chairman of the Ulster Regional Chamber of Commerce. I am honored to have the privilege of introducing Ward Todd as the recipient of the SUNY New Paltz School of Business 2020 Dean's Award for Excellence and his induction into their Hall of Fame. Ward is a lifelong resident of Ulster County, and his dedicated public service has made a tremendous impact. He is a man who finds it difficult to say no, and he can always be found helping someone or some business. You have heard his voice if you listen to any of the local radio stations, or maybe you've heard one of his advertising voiceovers, which have helped many local businesses and organizations. He has hosted radio programs and managed positions at WKNY, WBAZ, WROW, and WRKL. Ward was also a CBS TV and HBO ring announcer for two of our local fighters, Billy Costello and Tracy Patterson. During his time, Ward also served his country by enlisting in the New York Army National Guard locally here in Kingston, New York. He was a public relations specialist. Ward has also served his community at the Ulster County Legislature, where he was elected as a majority leader from 1998 to 2000, and then as chairman from 2001 through 2003. He resigned his position as county legislator to accept the current role as president and CEO of the Ulster County Regional Chamber of Commerce, where he has succeeded his mentor and dear friend, Mr. Len Kane. Under Ward's leadership, over the last 17 years, he has grown the chamber to one of the region's largest business advocacy groups, with over 1,000 members representing 25,000 local workers. Ward is a graduate of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Institute for Organizational Management at Villanova University. He has served many key leadership positions in organizations that have impacted children, Kingston City and Ontario school boards, and many not-for-profits and other local economic boards promoted commerce. Ward and his wife Jane live in Shandaken and are proud parents of Jennifer, Peter, Michael, and Philippe, and even prouder grandparents of 11 wonderful and amazing grandchildren. As you can see, his dedicated involvement in both civic and business organizations and his passion to make a difference, Ward is well deserving of the 2020 Dean's Award for Excellence and induction into SUNY New Paltz's Business School Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for induction Mr. Ward Todd.
Thank you, Dave Gagnon. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for your friendship, and most of all, thank you for your leadership. I'd first like to congratulate all of the other honorees tonight. I feel honored to be included with such a worthy list of recipients. Congratulations to each of you. To SUNY New Paltz, thank you so much for this honor tonight. I accept it with sincere humility and a need to share it with others. Beginning with the Chamber of Commerce staff, which I consider to be the best chamber staff anywhere in the country. They do the hard work of supporting our members, promoting our members every day of every week of every month. So thanks so much to Val and Jess, Allison, Carol, Ingrid. You're all rock stars to me. I'd like to share this award and thank sincerely our Chamber Board of Directors. They have been so supportive of us during the last several months and given us the direction and guidance that we required. So we have an amazing group of volunteer board members. Thanks to each and every one of you. Thanks also to my wife, Jane, whom I love, and our children and grandchildren. I wish we could all be together tonight to celebrate this award. And I would also like to share this award with our small businesses. 2020 has been their most difficult year ever. Many had to close back in March. Some reopened. Some have not yet reopened. And it has been a real struggle for almost every one of them. But for each business that has had a major struggle, I can name for you 10 others that have reimagined, redeveloped, reinvented their business and are today looking at a brighter future. They're going to succeed because they found a better way to do business, and our region is going to be better off as a result. So tonight I accept this award on behalf of the Ulster County Regional Chamber of Commerce and our local small businesses. They are the lifeblood of our local economy. But this will not be a success story without your help. Everyone watching tonight, please, I urge every one of you to never forget the value of shopping locally. The men and women we represent are your friends and neighbors. Together we can make a difference. Together we can improve our local economy. So please give them all of your support. Shop local, buy local, keep it local always. If we all do that, there is no pandemic that can defeat us. Thank you again for this award. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Hi, my name is RIEF KANAN, and I'm an instructor in the School of Business at SUNY New Paltz. I teach accounting, and therefore I've been elected to do the introduction of this next guest. It's my honor to introduce the School of Business Hall of Fame Business Person of the Year, TRACY BADGLEY. TRACY really deserves about 30 minutes of discussion and a review of her accomplishments, her many accomplishments in the Hudson Valley. But I've been told I only have 3. So Tracy is the kind of person who, when there's a need in the School of Business, there's no fear to call upon her, because if she can't help directly, she has great ideas. Some examples include her engagement with the co-op program, Career Opportunities in the Accounting Profession, since her 2007-2008 term as New York State Society of CPA's Mid-Hudson chapter president. For 13 years of continuing support to co-ops include providing subject matter experts and events for the students to be engaged in real-world professional activities. As a licensed CPA in New York, continuing professional education is part of the licensing obligation. Tracy views the obligation as the baseline for lifelong learning. In addition to her CPA, Tracy is a certified divorce financial analyst, as well as a chartered global management accountant. In her own words, in Tracy's own words, I am proud of the strong relationship I've built with my clients and the business community in general. Those client relationships make my job fun and interesting. Not only am I a trusted advisor, I am fortunate to have many long-lasting friendships. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Tracy L. Badgley, Business Person of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you, REEF, for your words. It's truly a great treat to be introduced by you. You and I began many years ago as business colleagues, and now I am delighted to be able to call you my friend. I know that if we were in person today, I'd be getting a great big bear hug from you. So, as I say to my kids, feel my hug. Dean Chris Bacchus, you are a true wonder and a gift to the School of Business. Thank you for your tireless efforts and all that you do for the school. Right now, I can't remember if it's 9 months or 9 years since you told me I'd be receiving this award, but it's been quite a year, this 2020. Congratulations also to my fellow inductees. I am honored to be among you. It's truly difficult to express my gratitude to the SUNY School of Business for this recognition. Hearing that I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame and as Business Person of the Year was quite a shock, but obviously I am profoundly grateful for the honor. I am also grateful that the School of Business has given me and so many others the opportunity to serve. It would be very easy to simply offer my thanks and stop there. But this honor has touched me deeply. The recognition by one's peers is both humbling and uplifting, and we all know that no one does this work alone without the support of a team. Just a few days before I was informed of this recognition, I was at a meeting, actually one of REEF's awesome Vistage meetings, and I was asked what difference I wanted to make in the world, what I wanted to be remembered for, what I wanted to be known for. And at the time, I thought that was quite a heavy question. My response at the time was that I was working on it and that it was complicated. However, it seems I'd been working on that in ways that I hadn't even acknowledged to myself. Unbeknownst to me, I was being recognized by my peers and by my colleagues for work that just came as naturally as breathing to me. Work that I simply do for the love of the work and for my appreciation of the good work, the good fruit that it bears, and the differences that I can see as a result. I like to think that we don't help others for the recognition, but we do it for the lift it gives us within, the self-satisfaction, knowing that you're making a difference in someone's life. I have been supported in this journey by countless people equally dedicated to serving others. It should be noted that being allowed to take time away from the office for purposes to serve the community is not always a given. Nonetheless, my past employers, my current and past partners, my friends, and above all, my family allowed, supported, and encouraged me in this endeavor. They supported me despite many late nights out and many early morning meetings. That support is what makes it possible to receive this award and enables me to continue to be able to do the work that I love inside and outside of the office. And so, to all of you, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart.